and good morning. James RULEXRP on a Wednesday morning. The sun is shining in southeast Texas. And what I have here is a picture of two flares. And if you work in the petrochemical industry, you know what this is. And I worked in West Texas from southeast Texas in the oil field for 9 years. And when working in West Texas, Odessa, the Permian Basin, there is a very hard rock formation in that area. It's solid rock ground. And when they drill for these wells, they drill straight in, sometimes horizontal. And to recover the oil and water, the only thing they can do with the natural gas is send it to flare because they cannot run a huge pipeline through West Texas because of formation. Here, probably 3 years ago, when the oil was at an all-time high, when working in West Texas, it looked like a birthday cake. It looked like a ton of candles at night when you looked across the horizon, and you would see hundreds of these flares burning. Back in 2019, the Permian Basin flaring hit an all-time high. Let me kind of give you an idea. Oil drillers in the Permian Basin are burning off and exhaling more gas than ever before as production in the country's oil epicenter expands over land without infrastructure to gather natural gas, analysts at Rystad Energy reported yesterday. This is 2019. The oil and gas region of West Texas and southern New Mexico vented or flared an all-time high of 750 million cubic feet per day, or MMCFD, during this period from July to September, up from less than 100 million CFD just under a decade ago, according to the energy research firm. Through the rate of meteoric growth in the United States may be slowing due to an oversupplied market depressing prices recent Permian activity remains a growth story, according to Rystad. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the Houston article released an article yesterday, and it is very interesting. Cryptocurrency mining company eyes flared gas in the Permian Basin. What do we have here? Chicago cryptocurrency mining company Easy Blockchain is eyeing natural gas being flared in the Permian Basin over West Texas as a potential source for mobile servers to create cryptocurrencies and put them into circulation. Chicago cryptocurrency mining company Easy Blockchain is eyeing the large volumes of wasted natural gas being burned in the Permian Basin of West Texas as a potential source of power for portable servers to create digital currencies and put them into circulation. Easy Blockchain recently deployed a natural gas generator in a 40-foot container filled with more than 700 computer servers off the East Coast, where a stranded source of natural gas is being used to generate roughly 2.5 megawatts of electricity. Similar generators and server combos are being deployed at stranded gas locations in the Midwest and back in Shell, but the company's vice president of business development, Christopher Thomas, said that the large volumes of natural gas being wasted and burned at Permian Basin oil wells can instead be used to create Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We tried to find the cheapest electricity possible, so we targeted stranded gas, and there is a lot of it in the Permian, Thomas said. Now, this is really interesting because the 9 years I worked in the oil field, we flared a ton of gas. I mean, we had to record these figures hourly. Working in the oil field, the big companies that we worked for, Halliburton helped us. We worked for a ton of huge companies, and I was an operator. I had a crew working for me, and we had to rig up testing equipment on new wells on locations. And like I said before, there was no place for the natural gas to go, so we had to flare the gas to atmosphere. And there was a ton of natural gas flared. And I think this is an incredible document and an incredible use for that flared natural gas. Here's another article: why crypto miners are paying attention to the Permian. This is October 14th, 2018. My birthday, actually. Hello. Bitcoin miners have become energy hunters, scouring the world for cheap electricity. When most people think about Bitcoin mining operations, they imagine hydro-powered warehouses in Canada or the Sichuan Mountains, but what about the oil capital of the United States? What if it were possible to turn otherwise wasted natural gas into Bitcoin? Growing up in Texas, oil wells were a part of life. Oil prices were high, and we had a ton of it. In my quiet college town, they were everywhere. We even made national headlines as the first city in the country to try and ban fracking, and lost, obviously. Then came the slump. From 2015 to 2017, oil fell from over 115 a barrel to under $35. And it wasn't just the roughnecks or drill hands that were affected. The drop devastated entire communities in the Lone Star State. It created ghost towns, bankruptcies, and worse. But now the boom is back. High oil prices have led to a renaissance in the Texas Permian Basin. It has become a money machine, churning out six-figure incomes to any able-bodied person willing to put in long hours and hard manual labor required to pull oil from the ground. The cash is so good, in fact, that drillers are literally burning potential profits. You see, when oil is pumped, the process creates natural gas as a byproduct, and the lack of infrastructure, in addition to a global gas glut, has made it economically difficult to move or even use the resource. In this scenario, drillers have only two options: reduce production or burn the gas. I'm sure you can guess what they're choosing. The process of burning the excess fuel is called flaring, and it has both an environmental and economic impact. Wall Street Journal estimates that over $1 million worth of natural gas is being flared every day, producing greenhouse gases equivalent to approximately 2 million cars, and that's just in the Permian. Others estimate the numbers could be much greater worldwide, and though permits are required, they are rarely denied. Why would they be? Crude oil production has been a boom to the region and national economy. So, flaring gas, using it to power crypto mines, to me, is something new, and I think it's pretty incredible. I know the oil prices are down, and some of the guys I used to work with in West Texas, they said it's slow right now. There's a lot of work down, but as things start to pick up, this will be a great opportunity. So, have a wonderful day. This is some great information, something new. I will talk to you soon. Take care.